Sure, isn't most of the vig. Let's just use NFL football as the easiest example. So to win $100, you have to bet 110, and the $10 is basically the vig. It's the juice, and that $10 is what bookmakers are after. Is that 10%? You kind of just want to, and it's not always the case, and a lot of times nowadays it's not the case. That's why they have risk rooms and risk managers and guys that just they work with other books, and they try to, because if you get one-sided, let's say you've got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Miami Dolphins, and it's in Kansas City, and the spread is Kansas City -8. Um, and you start getting, everybody likes Kansas. Oh, I like Kansas City -8. And so the majority of your bets are coming in on Kansas City -8. Well, you've got, what you have to do is you've got to try to, get rid of some of that risk. So you make them 8.5, trying to see if you can lure some Dolphins action in. You get a little Dolphins action. You're still heavy on the Chiefs. You make the Chiefs 9. Now, guys, sharps come out, and hey, now that number's 9, 9.5, and so then you get more money on Miami. Now, what we did was we worked with other cities, including New York, but in New York we had to use an intermediary city, which was usually Pittsburgh, sometimes Cleveland, because they had strong, powerful factions of their own. But Chicago and New York, they were pretty much enemies. Um, and so we would be able to, books in Miami, had people betting the Dolphins big. We were able to either lay off that money to those sports books, or we had guys, runners in Vegas that had cash on them that would be stationed at the bigger sports books in the 80s, the Mirage, Caesars, and they change guys up every week. So we would just look like some big guy in on vacation laying $25,000 or $50,000 off um, on Kansas City. That overlay. That's what you wanted to lay off. You just wanted to make your 10%. You didn't want to become a gambler, as a bookmaker.
Yeah, okay. No, so that does, expand it more on me. So that does make sense to, you really want to get that 10% so you can start making some profit, and then everyone else gets it. What is the so when you guys collect that 10%, I mean, how much are you getting paid? How much are the bosses getting kicked up? What does that look like?
Yeah, that was pretty private what the bosses were making. I mean, we knew they were making a heck of a lot of money because we were collecting a lot of money every week. I mean, to this day, the actual number is, and this has been a good number for a while. About 97%, and I might be being generous, 97% of bettors over the long term are going to lose. It's just a fact.
Hmm.
Sports betting is one of the hardest businesses, um, or hobbies, and that's what it is for a lot of people nowadays, is a hobby, which you just can't win. I mean, you flip a quarter 1,000 times, it's probably going to come up heads 50%, 50
Right.
times, 50%, and tails 50%.
Yeah.
So, um, but I was making as a young guy $1,000, 4,000 a month, 5,000 a month.
Damn.
It would vary. I'd get a little, I'd get bumps and bonuses, a lot of free drinks at bars. I mean, no health insurance, but like free drinks at bars, free lap dances at strip clubs, things like that,
The nice perks.
Yeah, when you're 19, 20, 21 years old and single and not married, I mean, for a young guy, what could be more fun than, having drinks at the strip club
For free.
for free? Yeah.
So I mean, with that being said too, what was the 80s and 90s is when you're doing it. So I mean, the money was quite a bit more than compared to today, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, the guys today that actually maybe the sports book directors, the guys that manage the sports books out in or all over the country for that matter now.
Yeah.
I refer to Vegas a lot, but as it's expanded sports betting in general,
Hmm.
um, there's guys everywhere, and a lot of the guys I see or hear of, and I use Twitter as my social media platform pretty much, and we'll DM or I'll text guys, and there's a lack of a lack of knowledge in these individual sports books um, outside of Vegas. The people that run it, and I don't want to embarrass anybody, but there's some business models that, as I see nowadays, just don't make any sense.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. This clip came from one of my interviews I did in the past. Please hit subscribe if you want to get more clips like this. Also, if you want to watch the full interview, I'll put a link in the description. Or you can hit the button on the screen to watch the full interview.